it was an interesting weekend. Starting from Saturday, Friday, Chelsea, Winnie Saturday, share upon Chedeche, El Saudi, near Manfa, any other Remu, share Tottenham Hotspur defeating Manchester City. Then you Rema in Sundays at Yabuwa Babi. And I think that it has been an interesting weekend. So where matches are Hodua, you share any interesting stories are popping up. And I'm in common sentence match on Manchester United. Rubben Amorim and the club Manchester United. As a matter of fact, because I think that open your friend said Rubben Amorim overstay the days our club Manchester United, to be very honest with you. Last week, I think that was Friday or Saturday, and I'm a catcher was saying, your honeymoon period. And what time reality in the Emma City and every now more than born and so people will call you out and start mentioning and near maybe why ye our club no more and so in your see so near take a decision. Say me a decision maker our club Manchester United a beer and Kendra after the match and the first decision I'll call the sacking of Rubben Amorim.
How?
Say me a decision maker our club Manchester United and Kendra after scoreline there are two screens so I will say a poor match Manchester Shebakun, Fulham the home team no so Shebakun. Kobe Becker said Manchester United kwa away our Craven Cottage not okobo 1-1 draw. As a matter of fact, United are there our senka ye boy mabasu because obi fear there. It is not that easy. So Abakwa pick a point. But the truth of the matter is that Manchester United and Niema under manager friend Rubben Amorim or the club Manchester the predecessors are hold on behalf Manchester. No, they did better than that. But everybody who belonging to the Manchester Bush when they felt to say those and conform were not the right people to steer the affairs of Manchester United. Former players of Manchester United, including the current players, are almost betray those managers. But Rubben Amorim is different. A difficult say say the former players of Manchester United are criticizing. A difficult say internally most of the Manchester United players are okay with the Juma Rubben Amorim. So what it means is that he has the backing of the team, he has the backing of the board, he has the backing of almost all the old players. But when you look at the data, look at any stories no. Say Rubben Amorim 29 matches in a Premier League, Kweku 28 points. What it means is that in every game, Amorim ain't me 1 point. And from Manchester United, with all the respect, Kweku enye Ipswich Town, enye Burnley, enye Coventry City, and enye Derby County. This is Manchester United, the second most successful club, and as in terms of even Premier League, only Liverpool 2020, until they are joint most successful club. When you talk of EPL and common so you coach. Now the first such a club, now about 29 games. No one must say only 28 points. It means that Omode one A below average. And to think that what he sees the way to enche last season, so for Rubben Amorim in the Premier League, 25 games. Openino essay just for to chance my barbecue. 25 matches. Openino essay just 28 goals. In 25 matches in the Premier League. It is how you coach, not only points in terms of the goal ratio. So about 25 matches. Now opening 28 goals per annum as club Manchester United. A cause for worry. Now bring data now. To think that managers the number of games that it took them for them to get 2 successive or consecutive wins in the Premier League. Now, open your friends and slot picks Liverpool. New manager, friend of our club. 1 year signing on year BBA 2 successive games. No, it took him only 2 games to get 2 consecutive wins for club and friends at Liverpool. Pep Guardiola, ever for Manchester City. It took him just 2 games. Who had 2 successive wins for club and friends at Man City. Now, the next manager or Twasso, and I'm one day a coach of a Tottenham Hotspur or Thomas Frank. It took him just 2 games. In the Premier League, when you have 2 consecutive wins in the Premier League for club, your first at Tottenham. Enzo Maresca for Chelsea, it took him just 5 games before Onya 2 consecutive wins for club a friend said Chelsea. And then Mikel Arteta with Arsenal, it took him 9 games. Tiabeka said Arteta and the check crack before so Onya 2 consecutive wins at the Ama club a friend said Arsenal. And to think that we are 29 games into Rubben Amorim, Nathaniel, our club, a friend said Manchester, on team we need 2 games in a row. This is Manchester United. Rubben Amorim 29 Premier League match cook Onya 2 matches. So we bought 2 games that was what was saying. It is Manchester United. You know time a Manchester team got 2 matches. It was no about mid-table team, any low-table team. Yet United ain't me a 2 successive win. Now so really the next image in it was at the bar. If it's April this year, and the year you can say teams are last season you bought Premier League new year or more recall relegation. To think that those teams are massive more points in the Premier League than Manchester United. Every day, every Premier League can say 6 points in Premier League. 6. 3 teams now are more recall relegation. At least you will show 8 points. Manchester United now on no Premier League anymore. From April, every Premier League, when you're just 6 points from Premier League under Rubben Amorim, we don't use this data. And fun coach club like Manchester United. Now, as someone said, last season, the discussion around was that a fan will have a team no one top player and also buying players now on a Yonoa and comfort signings are my Ten Hag and a year and what they bet was. But we are into a new season. Our opinion, our signings are at least, although my baby ready team, we expect that our signings will be able to give Manchester United something to brief on. And there be ever convince Manchester supporters say, there are positive, there are signs that indicate say United are getting themselves back on track. Now listen to this. Jimmy O'Hara, Eddie Nkomobi about 3 months ago, when Rubben Amorim, interview or no, he is not going to change the system to suit any other player. So when a player now over Manchester United, do not think that coach never taken in Sano. Just because A player B, and very well. The coach need to and a favors our player. He believes that on the system, the players must adapt to that. At the point in time, yes, analysis, no catcher will say, I totally disagree with him. You see, if you go to Rome, you must do what the Romans do. What the fact club, you don't have materials A, B, or more drawn in your system. You go according to their now the results. A true timer. Most of the players are signees are then Ubet Marcos Adeno. We debated on that, and I kept on saying, say Manchester United, Mumami example, say coaches Nibiaba, Ombaye or Imagine say they will listen to players, they will play to suit players areas. No, Yejomo Quanti so insist on one system, and then the tactics are we should go by that. And they say fair enough. But the data now presented the actual say all these powers. Now, on team get anything better for quickly, it doesn't work. Now, O'Hara and Common, and I'll change my CBB. So, quick to think that Premier League now, it is only one manager and a 3-back system at the Premier League. No, Obia Nebi. So, about Premier League. Now, say, we coach, what but EPL and who coach you believe in a 3-back system. Never yet must successfully at the Amaudia with only Antonio Conte. The reason Kwaku respect him that much, he is the only manager.
I has a Michael no issue now. Say in himself free back and be a
buyer. Yes,
but I did Baby Ramusi the
year and chess are
and he say Conta Babu be now waiting the Agia. Say be a wish with my idea.
Kwaku say all start here, DB. Not encoy and Famoa, Utu Hofo. I don't think that Antonio Conte started a 3-back and or bought 29 matches and when you 28 points and called it was. Minimum said I mentioned what I said.
How the way you trademark
Kwaku trademark, but the materials are available on Manchester now. But the Manchester squad now and draw or they told or the year man Eddie Amo production. So make me really. This is how Manchester United align it up. Bayende, Impo, Luke Shaw, Delete, and then Yoru. These are the 3-back, and then 2 now. Omokan ewe nimwa. Omo call many omo support omo bachira. Na Amabe Buano, Amadialo on the right, and then Patrick Dogu on the left, and then Fifi, Bruno Fernandes, and Casemiro. Now that is where the problem is. Yenya and Kofobebria, Omokache said, Bruno Fernandes need players to unleash Bruno Fernandes. No Akon and Dimakobua. Manchester Ekofa Casemiro, Casemiro ebe free Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro by free no. Manchester air for Manuel Ugarte so Ugarte air ba obe free Bruno Fernandes on free no Kobe Menu ebe free Bruno Fernandes on free say crowd Amorim catcher say Kobe Menu ni Bruno Fernandes on position the same. My bet na catcher say Manchester United air one signing away from the midfield and that is Carlos Baleba. So United added the same manager way the two. Yeah, the Baleba but own team free Bruno Fernandes. But now you see this system. Maybe this system no one come out.
System no.
One system now open.
Pay the all kind of about. Enrique Casemiro.
Yes.
On any day sinyeja Baleba many bibia.
Factual.
He also no bibia abobo on.
Factual.
Waba United ababe struggle. Tieni you. Mano Ugarte. Yenimze na Ugarte ni hwede. Enye so de ni buhodi ra so be attack.
Obe adwuma na ma.
Obe attack very well ma. But Oba United ababe flop. Edi amoka Baleba no den eje so no e be.
Enu nti na me ka kire o say me say with the system ya opening we be obeba onu so be fail on team free Bruno Fernandes. Now roll the next system ne for mami. So we Rubben Amorim. And I what bought the that screen so first one ya draw the boy and enya adwuma kweku what prevent ya hu Enzo Maresca. The tactics now obon. Chelsea started ball na kweku the year 4 back sheep. Ya ball ne ye kwa or one of the laterals now obey improvise abese mfimfi we inverted most at times so oboku create any regimes are create and yes adwuma no times are obe say abia regimes anyhow na obo malo goes to you see kuku doing some and then malo goes to and so when they are in defensive unit they drop back no mababa so mo call anywhere transit here then one invert into the midfield position now we're free in the midfielders now the last time I explained the reasoning here Ube who say Moises Caicedo a lot of dirty work won film. Ube who Enzo Fernandes high up the fielder or try to create spaces for the attackers now on. And I told you Kwenya Oliver Cluster so any neutralizer is harder with Chelsea until Chelsea and Mianche Crystal Palace. Now look at this lineup. Goalkeeper and the uniform moment. The new goalkeeper Omudi no home come and I'm the Navarre so take the goalkeeper out. What prevents Amorim from going in the 4-back system because I want you who they say Patrick Dogu SJ forward now or invert or go with this. Dogu here, Mazurai here, Euro delete, and now whoever Opesa Obon Ewo Fifi. Then you play 2 defensive midfielders. No one free Bruno Fernandes Ewo anymore. Casemiro Kobe Menu or whoever other defensive midfielder. What never can Casemiro Ewo Fifi. Bruno Fernandes as the number 10. Brian Mbuemo Ewa, Matthias Cunha Ewa, then Benjamin Sesko Eli the attack. In terms of transition, Patrick Dogu invert no about the same 50 aye jumana opesa we but where the wingers na and the laterals no invert same 50 they run higher up the field the reason in tia Matthias Cunha and Mbuemo unhu effectiveness no
the laterals
they call manim direct they don't invert ideally these are not creatives laterals na Manchester use some omonye creatives and it's a why Chelsea there now lateral no invert be same fifia they free the creative no wa kọ nanim no wa kọ provide assist and now support at the man nanim and then brass all a game now Bruno Fernandes became useless in the Manchester United setup and I think that baby and any data now Amorim presented their trend there hasn't been a single manager who presented that data for Manchester or that's what working comfortably we the next matches na edi Manchester anymore and when the Maui United supporter e dey yamhye ene owu usum ebrewo Manchester United next games they do money. Abia, I'm just saying Abia, they might find a way to beat Burnley. Abia, but who we are over Manchester City, oh Etihad, over Chelsea, who we are about Brentford, no about Sunderland, no about Liverpool. These are games a Manchester United and with our and near my echo the graph now Ekuta Amorim no. I am tempted to believe that 15th position now we last season. You started season in the first match, no idea better, and then draw results now Manchester Enyano. Kwekuma catch that will say teams now or more recall relegation input from April ebe pemende or ma see more Premier League points than Rubben Amorim.
But
trajectory ne enye free.
And that's a power.
We Manchester near also more we start to show. Now more solution. If not, Amorim the Manchester be relegation.
Mate, me that's a power.